Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azerbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, Elif. On January 12th, President İlham gave an interview to local TV channels. In an interview, the head of state answered questions about the work done in Azerbaijan in 2021 in the economic and social spheres, relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia, restoration works in the liberated territories, the foreign policy of our country, and others.
The residence of the president in Zagulba is included in the number of protocol venues, mainly during meetings of heads of state and government, delegations, acceptance of credentials from ambassadors, and receptions. A parallel can be drawn between the road leading to the residence and the realities of the pandemic. In addition to the PCR test done the day before, an express test on the day of the interview, a temperature check and other necessary procedures must be implemented.
Nəticə negativdə davam edə bilərsiniz.
And these are the questions that the technical staff must resolve. All the factors that can affect the image quality during filming: air temperature, the angle of refraction of light, acoustic adjustments, and other issues.
Armenian armed forces committed another round of provocations on the state border with Azerbaijan. According to the Defense Ministry, from 11:20 p.m. January 11th to 5:10 a.m. January 12th, the Armenian military units, using small arms and large-caliber machine guns, periodically shelled the Azerbaijani positions in Kəlbəcər regions, Zeylik and Yellicə settlements, in Antovuz regions, Mıncuxlu, Ağbulaq, Qoşa, Koxonəbi, and Asrik-Dahan villages from the positions in Batarkeçər regions, Yuxarı Şorca settlement, as well as in Shamsadin regions, Chinarli and Muğancıks villages. It is noted that escalation of the situation by Armenia throws the state border between the two countries without any special reason, in violation of its obligations, reflected in the trilateral statements, is a deliberate military provocation and adventurism. In all cases, adequate and appropriate measures were taken by the Azerbaijan army units. There are no losses among the military personnel and equipment of the Azerbaijan army. Currently, the situation in these territories is relatively calm. The units of the Azerbaijan army control the operational situation. The units of the Azerbaijan army ensure the intensive protection of the country's sovereign territories and borders, given the possibility of similar provocative actions by Armenia to escalate the situation on the state border. A criminal case was launched in connection with a provocation committed by Armenians in Kəlbəcər. According to the Prosecutor General's office, in connection with the fact of extended serviceman of the military unit of the Defense Ministry, soldier Nazarov Ayaz, becoming a martyr as a result of the fire opened by the enemy, Kəlbəcər Military Prosecutor's Office launched a criminal case under the article of the Criminal Code, murder on the basis of national, racial, religious hatred or hostility. The investigation regarding the case is ongoing. Azerbaijan's Defense Minister, Colonel General Zakir Hasanov, and Minister of National Defense of Turkey, Hulusi Akar, had a telephone conversation. Minister Hulusi Akar expressed his condolences regarding a serviceman who had been killed as a result of a provocation committed by the Armenian armed forces on January 11th in the direction of Kəlbəcər district of the Azerbaijani-Armenian state border. Hulusi Akar noted that the Turkish armed forces today and always stand by Azerbaijan in the fight for justice. Despite many revanchist attempts, the majority of social and political activists in Armenia have come to realize that the only way to get their country out of a difficult situation is to implement the projects proposed in connection with the region. Political experts also note that against the background of new realities, Azerbaijan has changed the political landscape of the region, and support for the 3+3 regional cooperation initiative should be accepted as the only promising platform for peace and security in the region.
The military and political success achieved in recent years, socio-economic development and the contribution made to international security have given Azerbaijan a new status. The outcome of the meetings of the leaders of Azerbaijan and Armenia in Sochi and Brussels at the end of last year also confirmed that the initiatives put forward by our country and the proposed new cooperation format are the only way to achieve sustainable peace in the region.
To make very important steps to persuade the people that the only way for Armenia to develop is to normalize relations with Azerbaijan, to normalize relations with Turkey, to become a neighbor, a normal neighbor, not a hostile neighbor, and to refrain from territorial claims. So I think that if this formula is accepted by Armenian government and political elite, we have chance for progress. But as far as we are concerned, our position is straightforward. I several times articulated that publicly, and once again I'm saying that we want peace, we want stability, security, and a prosperous future for the Caucasus.
The deteriorating political economic situation, international approach also show that Armenia has no other chance but to accept the conditions and initiatives put forward by Azerbaijan and Turkey in connection with the region. Both the normalization of relations with Turkey and the opening of the Zangezur corridor, which will be the best instrument in reviving Armenia's collapsed economy, are the main subject of discussion of the country's political elite. Last year at the Sochi meeting, an agreement was reached between the two countries on the opening of railway communication, and Azerbaijan began to restore the destroyed railway line in the territories liberated from occupation. Official Yerevan also realizes the inevitability of opening of highway in the direction of Zangezur, and in this regard there is an agreement. Another fact is the reality of airspace activation. Azerbaijan Airlines started using airspace of the Armenian territory while carrying out an internal flight on the Baku-Nakhchivan-Baku route. Political commentators have focused on the appointment of special representatives to work on the normalization of relations between Ankara and Yerevan. The first meeting of special representatives is scheduled for 14 January in Moscow. Turkish officials have repeatedly stated that the normalization of relations with Armenia will be carried out in coordination with Azerbaijan. The normalization of relations, be it Turkey or Azerbaijan, between these countries, the establishment of diplomatic relations is progress, but this improvement does not very much use some lobbying circles in the United States. One example of a provocation on the eve of talks was the photo of the Armenian terrorist Gurgen Yenikyan in front of the consulate building posted by Armenian radicals.
New commander of the Russian peacekeeping forces temporarily deployed in Azerbaijan, Andrei Volkov, visited the Defense Ministry. At the meeting with Azerbaijan's Minister of Defense, Colonel General Zakir Hasanov, the sides discussed the operational situation in the Karabakh Economic Zone, where Russian peacekeepers are temporarily deployed. Major General Volkov was introduced by Lieutenant General Rustem Muradov. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.